because they've seen about every single defense that you can imagine, all different styles, and that just helps you play well in conference play.
By the way, all 8 points so far for Marquette in the paint. They've gotten what they've wanted early.
Against a Notre Dame defense that typically doesn't allow a lot of paint points.
This is a Notre Dame team who plays a slow pace. There's the coach's son, Braden Shrewsbury, off the mark. He's got it on the reload, but he stepped out of bounds. And another turnover, 5 of them already for Notre Dame. And again, Micah Shrewsbury, first year coming over from Penn State and picked to finish last. Look, he knows it's a rebuilding phase. He went through it at Penn State and took the Nittany Lions to the NCAA tournament.
Just trying to be patient with this young group of his who seem to take a step defensively, but they are struggling tonight.
And Iguodaro is able to draw the foul on the young freshman Kerry Booth to get to the line.
Iguodaro is just so good at 6'10", being able to handle the basketball out on the floor. Likewise, can change directions with the dribble and does a fantastic job of finishing with either hand around the rim. Impressive.
He is the longest tenured Golden Eagle, the only player left from the previous regime under Steve Wojciechowski here at Marquette.
Last year, all Big East second team. He does so much. Will initiate even the offense for this Marquette team.
He already has a half dozen, and it's 10-0. And when you're a Notre Dame team that's trying to rebuild going against Marquette in this environment, I guess it kind of goes without saying, but digging yourself an early hole, they need to get some points here quickly.
Without a doubt, and it's got to come on the defensive end. They've done a really nice job throughout the year of keeping teams out of the painted area and forcing them to take tough two-point jump shots. Not been able to do that against Marquette tonight. They've been able to get in the paint at will.
Almost a 10-second violation. As LaFonso said, it's a young team. This guy with the basketball very young, and the freshman Burton, but it's a foul on another freshman in Kerry Booth with the illegal screen.
Yeah, and that's that youth right there. And look at that. I mean, Notre Dame only 2% of their returning minutes this year. Marquette's the complete opposite at 84%. So Notre Dame's got an uphill battle here on the road.
Marquette returning 8 of their top 9 scores from a season ago. Boy, Iguodaro, he is so smooth inside.
That's the mismatch inside with the younger, much slighter Kerry Booth.
An experienced veteran taking the freshman to the rack. It's 12-0. First driving on goal, gets amongst the trees, and they're going to get a foul on Jones for reaching in for Marquette.
Also, Iguodaro is so good at 6'11", catching that basketball, reposting inside, and using his lower body strength to be able to create an angle to the middle, drop steps to the baseline, and a powerful finish at the rim. Also, Iguodaro can get that anytime he wants to against this lineup of Notre Dame.
6'11", 235. In his 4th year, and he scored the last 6 points for Marquette.
They've got to get Kebajai, number 14 in blue, back in this game.
He's out there, and he's got the ball right now to Jai.
Look how far the defensive pressure is forcing Notre Dame out to initiate their offense.
They can heat the ball up in a hurry. Here we go again with Notre Dame late in the shot clock. Shrewsbury's frazzled. Has to hoist it. And they're going to call a shot clock violation. Now, they blew that whistle early. There was still 1 on the shot clock. I don't think that it would have mattered. There's the whistle. Okay.
So get the ball in the backcourt with 1 second on the shot clock.
So they'll have to do a quick catch and shoot. Tay Davis will be the trigger man. Hines, he's not even going to get it off. Already the 3rd shot clock violation for Notre Dame.
We were concerned about Notre Dame's inexperience coming on the road against a Marquette team that has such great depth and experience. So far, Marquette's depth and experience has won out.
Top of the arc, Ross. Smooth shot from the lefty. 15-0.
Ball screen through an additional defender, spacing out, created that wide open look. Chase Ross
Ross getting his first career start tonight because Stevie Mitchell is out with a hamstring injury, making the most of it. And that ball hit the sideline. Make it 8 Notre Dame turnovers now.
Watch as Tyler Kolek goes off the ball screen. There's a dive. All of a sudden, it occupies the guy who's guarding Ross. Ross spaces to the open area. And what a beautiful throwback pass there. And he's able to knock down that three.
And if you like smooth shooting lefties, Marquette has 4 of them.
Yes.
A lot of southpaws for the Golden Eagles.
Indeed.
Here's another one of them in Kolek. Wow, you can't teach that.
So good in the box, comfortable as a point guard, posting up, particularly on that left side box area.
Burton still can't get it. The putback, and finally, Notre Dame, 7 minutes in, has their first points.
Remember we talked about him earlier. He's the only guy on this Notre Dame team that can create a shot for himself off the dribble. Showed that on that last possession.
And there's a foul on the way to the basket. 2 shots coming.
Tyler Kolek is so good, especially when you can allow him to get to that left hand. Now, that's a 6'8" power forward guard that he just bully balls over the top. Then Marcus Burton with the burst to be able to get down in the lane, coming up with an extra possession and able to score a much-needed basket for the Irish. For the Irish to try to claw back in this game, he's going to have to be able to make plays off the dribble for himself and for his teammates.
Yeah, Burton, as you said earlier, Indiana Mr. Basketball last year. He had committed to Mike Gray before the coaching change. Micah Shrewsbury took over. Shrewsbury told us he never hesitated. Burton honored that commitment, wanted to be a part of the program. Meanwhile, Iguodaro continues his big night. He already has 10.
Here comes that pressure.
And Burton's in some trouble. And a jump ball, and the arrow will give it back to the Golden Eagles.
And folks, we talk about the pressure of Marquette, and it's the 2 things, either to get you frazzled or force you to speed up. Here, all of a sudden, able to trap Marcus Burton just over half court, and their defense has been absolutely smothering here in the first half.
Shaka Smart used the word uncomfortable with us. We want to make their young players uncomfortable. I think they're accomplishing that. Jones with the left, yes, and the foul. A chance to go up 20, less than 8 minutes in.
Shaka Smart talked about in practice today wanting a young Notre Dame team to have to guard multiple actions, and a straight little fake ball screen right there. Sean Jones able to get to his left hand and able to draw low contact and finish. Notre Dame's just out of sorts on the offensive end, and they're out of sorts on the defensive end. Total domination by Marquette so far.
It's kind of baptism by fire right now for Notre Dame. I guess it's a good thing they got a priest over there on the end of the bench. Trying to get it across, and they do.
And once you get it across, you've got to attack that pressure. They're just settling right now, throwing it back out, and that's playing right into Marquette's hands.
And that's an offensive foul. Tay Davis out of control.
So as soon as that basketball comes over, they've got to attack it. And Tay Davis there trying to get to the basket, and I thought Sean Jones, number 22 and goal, did a terrific job of getting his chest in front of the basketball and absorbing that charge. Really well done by 22 and goal.
Tay Davis back to the bench. A rough start for him. Joplin getting downhill. Marquette is 8 of 10 from the floor. And boy, they moved the ball well. Here's Joplin. Offensive rebound. Gold had it, but he lost it. Taken away.
Got to go here. See if Notre Dame can get a little drag ball screen in transition.
Burton surveys and kicks and gets it back. Now down the lane, but rejected. However, a whistle underneath. And Notre Dame will be at the line when we get back. Boy, all Marquette early, 21-2. So far in Milwaukee.
off of those turnovers.
Well, and for Notre Dame, look, as the season goes, they're going to play in atmospheres like this in the ACC. But for a lot of these freshmen, like Burton at the line, they're playing in front of 16,000 yelling at them for the first time in their young career.
Yes, and every one of those experiences are going to be growing experiences. But the reality is in the ACC, I can't think of a team that's going to play this kind of pressure, maybe with the exception of a Florida State. So it's the first time they've seen a team get up and in them and after them as Marquette has tonight.
Burton has all 4 for the Fighting Irish. Ben Gold, sophomore from New Zealand. Shaka getting his freshman some early time. Number 5, Trey Norman is on the floor, as well as Zayd Lowry, number 10. There's Joplin, one of the veterans.
Joplin done a terrific job of recognizing that he had a mismatch with Braden Shrewsbury inside and able to take advantage of it on that last possession.
Well, this Notre Dame just 1 for 8 from the floor to go along with those 10 turnovers. Burton, he's got the speed. Good passing. And Roper knocks down the triple.
I talked about earlier about Marcus Burton using his speed and dribbling ability to get into the painted area and make a play. That was beautifully done there.
But the answer on the other end from Ben Gold. He is really stepping up as a sophomore, limited last year, but they say he is much improved as a sophomore. Burton again trying to create off the dribble. Finding Imes. He'll let it fly. Yes. So Notre Dame starting to get their feet underneath them.
It's because of number 3 in blue, Marcus Burton, using his ball handling ability to be able to create offense for his teammates. He's got to continue to do it.
That time Gold could not connect. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay on this end.
And folks, Marcus Burton is a blur. Can really get into the painted area, and he's making terrific decisions. Little hockey assist right there on that possession. And this time able to come to 2 feet, draws an additional defender, and finds a wide open Logan Imes, who knocks down a much-needed 3 for the Irish. The Irish starting to settle down into this game. Now they've got to get a stop and try to get out of transition and continue to attack off the bounce.
Jones surveys, kicks. Joplin wide open. Well, they've got several guys that can shoot it. Marquette can fill it up from deep, and they're already 3 of 5 from long range.
Caught Notre Dame with 5 guys in the painted area, and that was a really nice skip pass. Had all day to get that shot off.
And Julian Roper, last couple years at Northwestern. Burton, step back. Had to adjust the arc. And off the heel. And then a foul is going to be called on Kevin Jai of Notre Dame.
Cam Jones, lefty, using his right hand that time. Reverse pivot. Found that there were 2 guys sinking in and able to skip that over to David Joplin. And he knocks that wide open corner jumper down. Really pretty offense by Marquette.
Joplin can shoot it from deep. Jones, Kolick, and I mean, these numbers kind of tell the story right here.
They really do, and the biggest one has been the turnovers for Notre Dame. Marquette's been able to turn those into 15 of their 29 points so far.
Iguodaro is on pace for a career night. He already has 11.
That's 16 points, 18 rebounds against the Irish last year.
Now, last year kind of renewed a rivalry. A series that dates back to 1919. And of course, these 2 programs were Big East foes for a little while, from 2005 to 2013. Well, you played in this rivalry when you were at Notre Dame.
Intense, whether it's on the road or in South Bend. And that intensity is oozing here at Fiserv Arena.
Yeah, they were lined up early tonight.
Marquette starting to double Marcus Burton off the bounce. So Tay Davis, 13, is the other guy who's able to create offense for the Irish off the bounce. He's got to do it here. Burton
drops it off, and right before the horn expires, Jai lays it up and in.
Yeah, they'll take a look at it to see. In real time, Brandon, I thought he got it off.
Yeah, Seasons Last year, though, it was a struggle. Then he leaves, players transfer out. So really, Micah Shrewsbury had to start from scratch.
There's no question that this is a complete reconstruction, and he's just going to have to be patient and look for opportunities for his team to grow. But right now, Marquette's getting anything they want on either end of the floor.
And Tyler Kolek, reigning Big East Player of the Year, takes it to the rack to put him up 23.
John's got a mismatch inside number 14 in blue, but because of the pressure on the perimeter, can't see it.
Shrewsbury short, Kolek rebound. Kolek coming off that 28-point performance against Texas. Here, they're going to say turned it over, and it belongs to Notre Dame.
Kolek just so good. Looking away, froze the defense, able to win those games, and Damon Sweet, Keith Tower, and a little freshman Billy Taylor getting it done for us while we were there.
What's amazing is you still look like you could go out there and play 30 minutes.
Looks can be deceiving.
I don't know.
And they are in this case.
But right now it is Notre Dame in a 23-point hole here in the first half. Burton able to get by two defenders. Good kick out, but the three ball just not there. And it belongs to Marquette.
But I love what Micah Shrewsbury did there. He put his two best playmakers in a ball screen situation with Burton 3 and Tay Davis 13 in blue. They've got to do that because they can take advantage of some mismatches and be able to get in the lane and make plays. Just missed one there.
Corner three, Joplin. A little strong. Rebound into the hands of Marcus Burton. Missing that last three. Notre Dame is 2 of 9 from deep, and that's something Micah Shrewsbury wants to see them improve on. There's a mid-range jumper for Burton.
And that's what Burton's so good. He's great at finishing with either hand around the rim, but he has one of the best pull-up jumpers that you'll find.
And on the other end, Iguodaro attacking the rack, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, Notre Dame really doesn't have an answer for Oso Iguodaro. He can post you up, he can drive it, he can flip it, and been able lately to knock down a little 12, 15-foot jump shot as well. And he's having his way with Notre Dame here in the first half.
Shaka Smart called him one of the most improved players that I have ever coached. He came in as a freshman, hardly played, was a project, and now as a senior has turned into not only one of the best players in the Big East, but arguably one of the best in the country.
Without a doubt. I mean, he's a 6'11" point center. He'll rebound the basketball on the defensive end and push it up the floor, initiating offense. He is perfect for today's NBA center.
And he has 14 of Marquette's 35.
Once Notre Dame's able to get this basketball, they gotta attack it. See how all of a sudden they just pull it out, and they're missing opportunities to get advantage situations once they break it.
Burton splits the defense. Three-pointer short for Knesby. One and done again for the Fighting Irish. Iguodaro knows he's got the advantage on the inside. Got Joplin in the paint, headed strip. Burton takes it.
Got to take advantage here.
4-on-2. Shrewsbury cannot get the bounce. And quickly chase Ross the other way, and he'll slow it up. There's a mismatch. To the corner, Joplin loves that spot. He camps in those corners and waits for those kicks.
Yeah, when Iguodaro picks up the basketball, you got to have high hands. He's getting direct passes to the corner. Joplin ready to knock that one down.
He's got 8. There's David Joplin, the junior from right here in Milwaukee. And Burton had it knocked loose. Knesby penetrates, kicks. Shrewsbury will load up again, and this one drops down. He's been shooting it better as of late.
Yeah, Shrewsbury doesn't lack for confidence. Struggled early, but 4-5 coming into this game.
But just like that, Notre Dame thinks they've got something going. There's the answer, Chase Ross.
what makes Marquette so difficult to deal with. They not only push it after missed baskets, but they'll push it on made baskets as well. Put so much pressure on your transition defense.
That's one of the things Micah Shrewsbury was saying. He said, boy, watching film, you look up after a made bucket, they get it, they go to the other side, and they score it within 6 or 7 seconds.
And it's human nature after you've made a basket to just kind of relax and jog back. Can't do that against Marquette because all of a sudden Tyler Kolek is coming right at you. A little help on the interior. Pitches it over to Chase Ross, and he knocks down yet another three for Marquette. 5 of 16 from 3, 31% coming into this game. But he's been knocking them down here early.
Marquette collectively has. They're 5 of 8 as a team from deep. Burton fading. You can see what Micah sees in this young freshman.
Got a little bit more room to operate because of the spacing.
Speaking of freshmen, Lowry tried to raise and throw it down.
My goodness.
He's been getting a little bit more playing time as of late. Hard to crack this rotation as a freshman, though.
Got to give Kerry Booth some help down there.
And Iguodala lost it. Here's Burton again. Indiana Mr. Basketball last year. Nice finish in the lane.
I love what he's doing right now. He's recognizing mismatches out on the floor. And in that case, he had 6'11" Ben Gold able to attack him off the bounce. A nice little pull-up J in the painted area.
He's got 10 of the 19 for Notre Dame so far. This Burton. Trey Norman using that pivot foot. He got it back, and then there's a tie-up. The arrow will send us the other way when we get back to Milwaukee.
Of Auburn, they've not seen a team that's going to get up and in you with full court, three-quarter court, half-court pressure the way they've seen tonight against Marquette. Another growing opportunity for the young Irish.
Marquette has forced 11 turnovers already. Oh, with Burton out, Davis initiates, and he initiates pretty well right to the rim.
We talked about him being one of the 2 guys who can create his own offense off the bounce. That's a really good read by Tay Davis and exploded to the basket for the dunk.
Yeah, he played at Seton Hall last year, limited minutes, but he's getting big minutes here for Micah Shrewsbury. Cam Jones fading, no. Tell you what, every rebound is a battle, and Notre Dame gets it back.
Tate Davis at 6'9" has an incredible handle. Sees that his defender, he's got an angle to the basket and just a quick first step to be able to get the advantage. And he's got mega bounce off 2 feet, can really explode to the basket. For Notre Dame to get back into this game, he's got to make an imprint on this game. Back-to-back double-doubles for the Irish. They're going to need that kind of performance from him tonight.
They're on a little bit of a run here. They've scored the last 6 points. Roper backs it up. Northwestern transfer drives and draws the contact. That'll be the first foul on Ben Gold.
Probably that's what Notre Dame's going to have to do going forward. They've got to find the mismatch out on the floor and drive it. And they did exactly that. Julian Roper saw that he had a big Ben Gold guarding him, and he's just able to take him off the bounce. They've got to identify those switches and mismatches and take advantage of them early.
They get an open look for Shrewsbury, and he knocks it down. It's a 9-0 run for Notre Dame.
He can get hot.
Coach's son, who committed to Penn State when Micah Shrewsbury was the head coach there, and then, of course, going with him to South Bend. In the lane, Kolek.
You cannot allow Tyler Kolek to get to his left hand. He is deadly off the bounce with his left hand.
And he does a little bit of everything. 6 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds already. Hines jumps up and a kick out. Around the arc it goes. One off the mark for Julian Roper. Falls into the hands of Sean Jones. Jones, the lightning quick guard, lost his feet, but he found his buddy. And Kolek can't hit. The other thing is just the speed. You see guys like Jones, all these other guards, so quick with Marquette.
It wears you down because they come at you and harass you the entire game, and you never get a break.
Davis in rhythm. Now, Notre Dame on the season 28% from deep, but Michael Shrewsbury says he feels like they're a better shooting team than that, and they're going to have to be as the season continues. Well, tomorrow we've got a huge day of football coming your way on Fox. The Rams take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, or the Seahawks battle Christian McCaffrey and the Niners, all kicking off 1 Eastern on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
I absolutely love Christian McCaffrey. I mean, you can give it to him in the backfield. You put him on the flat. You can pass it to him 10, 15 yards down the field.
He's kind of like Tyler Kolek.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Very Swiss Army knife,
so
right?
Much fun to watch.
As is this guy, Big East Player of the Year last year and predicted to be the preseason Player of the Year for a second consecutive season.
He's been absolutely tremendous. Last couple games came off, had 28 points against Texas. We talked about his passing ability, but I don't think we realize how deadly he is from the three-point line as well. 46% from three on the year.
Boy, he had it going here Wednesday against Texas in that blowout victory. That was Shaka Smart's former employer the last 6 years. And Ross gets a steal. A step through. Misses the finger roll. But a whistle, and we will head to the free throw line. Kolek, the senior, third year at Marquette after spending his freshman season at George Mason. And 3 things to know about the native of Cumberland, Rhode Island, nicknamed Kodak. Yeah, Larry Bird, he's from the Northeast, Rhode Island, Boston area.
Plays with the same kind of poise and toughness as well. It's interesting because there were so many people questioning if he would be able to run a top program as a high major and if he'd be able to even shoot it well. Well, I think he's put all those doubts and questions to rest.
One of the best point guards in the country. Another turnover. Jones through the contact, got it back. And inside of a minute here, what has been a dominating first half for Marquette. Iguodala finding the open man, Chase Ross. And a timeout taken. 49-30, and you win by 30. He's probably not happy knowing Shaka Smart.
Yeah, probably not satisfied, but he'll take the win.
Well, they surpassed that number of deflections the other night against Texas.
Yes.
And a big win here.
Marquette going into a 32, a little zone look here. Notre Dame's got to get that basketball to the Big East area and look to attack.
Got an 8-second difference shot game clock. They're having trouble getting it in. Burton tries, 18-footer, no. And Marquette will have it with 7.4.
If you can't get any dribble penetrate, you've got to get that basketball to the Big East just around the free throw line area, either off the dribble or by the pass. But because of that swarming defense of Marquette, they're not allowing Notre Dame to get any vision towards that area.
A chance to break the half-century mark, 20 minutes in. They get it. Sean Jones from downtown. What a dominating first half for the 8th-ranked team in the country.
It's been the defense of Marquette against the Notre Dame team that typically gets, and 7 of the total 11 assists. They were dominant in the first half.
And very efficient, both of them, and really the entire Marquette team. And they ended the first half to Marquette on an 11-0 run, and they get the ball to start the second half.
I tell you what, I was having a little hair envy as we watched Oso Igazaro on his little picture there. Man, it'd be nice to have a little bit of A little bit of flow.
He's got a solid head of lettuce.
Yes,
now, Brayden Shrewsbury for Notre Dame might outdo him, though. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Those two go head-to-head, literally. Inside off the mark, and Notre Dame clear. Well, what do you think? Sorry, what do you think Micah Shrewsbury's message was at halftime?
He wants them to be tougher on the offensive end and not allow Marquette to push them off of their offensive spots, because now all of a sudden that creates long passes, which Marquette's able to get deflections and get turnovers and get out of transition. And he wants them to read situations better.
13 first-half turnovers for the Irish, and a lot of this late shot clock attempts. Konechny fading, side iron, but he got his own miss. Around the arc to Burton, and Burton buries the triple.
Really good patience by Notre Dame there, because Marquette loves to stunt, and that's exactly how Burton was able to get that wide open shot from the corner.
Well, one thing I can guarantee you, Micah Shrewsbury's team, no matter the score, will not quit. He is a fighter, and his teams have always embodied that spirit. Taken away by Cam Jones.
That's the right read by Marcus Burton, just a little late with the pass.
Poland, yes. He talked about it. He is a much improved three-point shooter, just south of 50% this year.
46% for three. They worked with the shooting mechanics last year to have him get a little bit more arc on the basketball. Shot 39% last year, to your point, is blistering the Nets at 46% here.
There is that arc.
That's pretty.
Between he and Cam Jones also shooting about 45%. You have two elite three-point shooters.
And you can't help. You help, and all of a sudden those two guys are wide open and running you down and knocking down threes, and that's been the case here in this game for Marquette. Back to that 3-2 zone that they like to play. That basketball's got to get inside the paint.
The skip, and Shrewsbury can't find the mark.
Yeah, that's the settle against the zone.
Kolek kicking it out. Kolek has it. Just keep your head on a swivel. You never know where it's going. Like that. Pretty.
And what he does is he comes to a 2-foot jump stop, and it freezes the defense. Everyone stops, but the problem is Iguodala is continuing to move towards the basket, and he's able to find him for a wide-open little one-footer there.
The lead is 30, now back to 27 on the Roper triple.
Good read by Njai. Finding the Marquette defense synced into the painted area, a little skip pass, and able to knock down that three. Notre Dame needs a lot more of that here in the second half to climb back in this game.
Konechny saves it. Notre Dame has hit 6 triples. I mentioned that so far this year they've struggled from long range. And Roper a little strong there.
Yeah, that was a force. The ball screen never got there, and he's got to come off of that screen and try to get some action on the weak side of the floor to force this Marquette defense to have to move. That was a settle.
They're near the bottom of the ACC so far in three-point shooting of the Fighting Irish. Joplin spinning, lost it. Iguodala picks him up, 10 to shoot. Ross colliding in the lane and losing it. And that ball hit the sideline. Those are the ones that Micah Shrewsbury says we've got to cut out the unforced turnovers like that.
Yeah, and especially in a case like that with J.R. Konechny. You know, he's not a great ball handler, but he's good enough of a ball handler to hold that basketball, push it up the floor, and then throw it ahead. Missed opportunity there by the Irish.
Kolek thought it was kicked. So did 16,000 here in Milwaukee, but no whistle.
Got a mismatch inside. Job with Kolek. That ball's got to find it.
Instead, it's Shrewsbury launching and a little strong.
Missed opportunity there for the Irish. They're getting the switches. They're getting the mismatches that they're wanting. Just the reads on the correct ones here.
Kolek spinning outside. Here goes Jones. Or rather Ross. Back to Kolek. And Shrewsbury clears it. And missing those reads, that's what we heard Micah Shrewsbury say at the timeout we listened to in the under-12 in the first half.
What a screen by Jai. And he's wide open on those rolls, and you can see him. He got frustrated because the ball wasn't delivered to him, and that's what happens with the big.
Top of the yard, three-pointer, dropped down for J.R. Knesny. Third-year player who hung around through the coaching change and now getting more playing time.
Really exploded on the scene against Auburn with a double-double. Ended up having back-to-back double-doubles in the Legends Classic.
Joplin, too much.
Now that's a settle for Marquette. They've got to continue to put the pressure on Notre Dame by dribble penetrating and getting into the painted area and playing inside out.
Burton gets by Kolek, but Kolek picks his pocket. It's a run out. Here's Jones.
And we talked about making right reads, right? Marcus Burton did what he needed to do, get past his defender. Roper was open to his right, went too deep and turned it over.
16 turnovers now for Notre Dame. Knesny hit one a moment ago, but not there. Here comes Kolek. Knocked out. And that will take us to the media timeout.
Tyler Kolek is just so good with his hands, trailing from behind, able to diving for loose balls. You said screens you open, you want the ball, but they weren't able to deliver to him. That's a frustrated Kemajai there.
And he's really the only one that knows Micah Shrewsbury's system. Played for him last year at Penn State. Everybody else is new. Iguodala with a pretty spin and finish with a left.
Right hand, left hand, doesn't matter when he gets into the painted area.
He's got 18 now, does Oso Iguodala. One thing Micah Shrewsbury talked to us about, all of his guys are new. They're in month 6 of learning his system. Marquette, Shaka Smart, they've all been together for 3 years, pretty much. Booth gets the bounce.
Really good adjustment. Because of how heavy Marquette stalks to the basketball, you'll catch guys closing out and you should drive it. Notre Dame did that beautifully there. And what a nice touch there by the 6'11" Gary Booth.
And the son of Calvin Booth,
general manager of the Nuggets.
Former Penn State NBA player. Gold. Battle for the board, whistle, and we will head the other way. Let's go back to Oso Iguodala's pretty move.
He's just so good, Brandon. I mean, he's good off the dribble, gets an angle to the back. You cut him off, and now he goes over his right shoulder to a lefty hook. Not every right-handed big has that in their repertoire. He did it beautifully on that possession.
Guy that Shaka Smart recruited at Texas and then brought him to Marquette. And he is just a fantastic player, 4-year player now in this system for Marquette, who just got the ball back, forcing another turnover.
There's just not much out there he can't do on the floor. The next area of growth for him is learning how to knock down those open three-point jump shots, and he's on his way there. We've seen him get to the foul line. He's got his mechanics aren't broken. I think he's 4 for 4 from the foul line on the night. So another layer of growth for him, and he's terrific as he is.
It's a breather right now as we approach the 13-minute mark. Sean Jones, boy, is he quick.
Tell you, when he catches you committing to one side, he has such terrific body balance to drop step back inside and able to finish that over some length. That was impressive.
Blinding speed for the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, Sean Jones. Knesny rising. Challenged at the apex by Lowry, and Lowry picks up the foul.
Sean Jones, 5'10", from Columbus, Ohio, is an absolute blur. Uses his speed to get an angle on Booth. As soon as Booth catches him, now he spins back inside. And the ability to be able to stretch out at 5'10" to keep the much taller Kerry Booth from blocking his shot. That was an impressive play by the sophomore.
Sean Jones is going to turn 20 this week on Thursday, so gave himself an early birthday present there with a pretty finish.
Yes. A couple of big threes against Illinois. Future's bright for 22 in gold.
This season is bright for everybody in gold. Talking about the schedule Notre Dame has played, but man, Marquette has played a very challenging schedule. Sometimes Jones can't get it. They've already played as Marquette 5 teams currently ranked in the top 25.
Right? Yeah.
Crazy slate early, including the Maui Invitation.
Talk about being prepared for Big East play. I don't know if anyone's more prepared than they are. Got to make that one.
cannot. Shrewsbury off the mark. Joplin reigning Big East Sixth Man of the Year, starting this season. Lost it, did Norman. And then Norman almost got it back. Under 12, media timeout. Yeah, Marquette, lots to smile about tonight if you're a Golden Eagle. They've been rolling from the start.
See this feeling. Remember, folks, this is an NBA arena, much larger than most of the college arenas, and I don't see an empty seat in the house. Unbelievable turnout by the Marquette faithful, and a lot of people from South Bend have driven up to give support to the Irish as well.
But they have not had much to cheer about tonight. Give it time, though. Micah Shrewsbury will get this thing going. He turned it around quickly at Penn State, took him to the NCAA tournament last year. And by all accounts, everybody says he's just a fantastic head coach.
Yeah, he's terrific. His understanding of both sides of the floor, impeccable. He's got a top 25 class coming in next year. This program is on the rise. I know it doesn't look like it tonight, folks, but it's on the rise.
Both of these head coaches, former Division III basketball players in the Midwest, turned D1 head coaches. Offensive rebound here for Booth. On the reload, Roper, yes.
It's the best time to shoot a three-point shot off of a rebound or an inside-out three. Those are the kind of step-in threes that you practice every single day. Well executed by Booth.
Notre Dame starting to shoot it a little bit better from downtown. And there's a turnover. Imes picks it off. Roper backing it up. This kid's got a bright future. Was good at Northwestern for a couple of years. In the corner. Open look. Burton. Yes. So Notre Dame working their way closer. Still down 20.
What they're doing is they're dribble penetrating and kicking and spotting up into new areas and replacing. And that's how they're able to get some of those clean looks off. And they're also trying to get Ben Gold, number 12, in goal in ball screen situations, hoping that he switches.
Here Gold has it on the offensive end. Notre Dame on an 8-0 run. Gold will try for deep. No, but he can shoot it from out there.
See, whoever Gold is guarding, they want him in ball screens. But Carey, number 0 Blues, got to set those screens.
Booth in front of the iron. And Booth looked very frustrated after that shot. He's not been able to get anything to go tonight. Norman, one of the freshmen for Shaka Smart. Norman and Zayden Lowry, the two freshmen that have been trying to crack the rotation. But as we said, with all these juniors and experienced players, it's hard.
Zayden Norman from Worcester Academy in Boston, Massachusetts.
Top 100 recruit. A foul inside away from the ball is going to go against Sean Jones of Marquette. Well, next Saturday on Fox Primetime Hoops, the Big East and SEC collide. Alabama battling Baylor Shireman and 10th ranked Creighton. 7:30 Eastern, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. That should be a good one and a great atmosphere in Omaha.
Yeah, that house is going to be on fire. You're talking about a Bama team. 46% of their shots are threes. And that's with the Creighton team at 50% of their shots are threes. So if you like the three ball, tune in.
And earlier today, Alabama gave Purdue a run for their money up in Toronto.
Logan Hines, number 2, wide open in the paint. Jai missed it.
Now the shot clock is 3. Here goes number 3, Marcus Burton, off the side of the iron. Trapped Iguodaro, throws it off the side of the backboard and out of bounds.
It's good recognition by the Irish defensively. Kepajai, number 14 in blue, recognized that Marcus Burton, 3 in blue, had a mismatch with Iguodaro and went to double team it, forcing Iguodaro to throw that one away.
You can tell Shaka Smart, even with a 22-point lead, a little frustrated with these last 5 minutes. He knows the ceiling for this team. a Final Four caliber squad here in Milwaukee.
I've just got to drive him.
Burton drives. Here we go again late in the clock. Strong rebound for Jai. And then a foul on Cam Jones.
You can see Brayden Shrewsbury, 11 and blue, had his tongue a little licked out. He's like, I just need a couple more inches to be able to get that shot off. What a really good close by Iguodala.
Micah's son mentioned that he was going to Penn State to play for Micah. All three of the freshmen that were going to Penn State joined Micah in South Bend.
But here's that zone look again. Notre Dame's got to get that basketball to the Big East area.
Instead, the corner three is off the mark.
You've got to do it off the bounce or off the pass. Cause that defense to collapse, and that creates some open opportunities in the perimeter.
Cam Jones, a little strong on the three. Another look, this time Rossno. Up ahead, Burton spinning. What a move by Marcus Burton.
This kid is tough off the dribble, whether in the half-court situation or in transition. He can finish with either hand around the rim.
Leads Notre Dame in points and assists. And speaking of a guy who can fill it up with points and assists, Tyler Kolek.
Tell you what, they just don't let you relax, this Marquette team. They pressure you full court, three-quarter court, in the half court. You're fortunate enough to make a shot, they're pushing it right back down against you again.
They've already got wins on their resume over Kansas, Illinois, Texas. Losses to Purdue and Wisconsin for Marquette. Well, there's a tough, high-arcing shot for Burton.
That pull-up is pretty, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, he's going to be a good one. Cam Jones, the leading scorer on the season, been a little quiet tonight, but Marquette really hasn't needed his usual production.
Agreed.
Burton with the ball. He's got the last 7 points for the Irish. This time trying to pass it, and he throws it away. Kolek to the rim. Yes.
You don't get back and pick up the basketball and slow it down. Marquette's right up your backside and scored yet another layup in transition after a missed basket.
Kolek so experienced tonight, his 100th career college game. That experience is something that this Notre Dame team lacks.
Nice.
Good feed. Jai has it blocked, but he's also fouled by Iguodala. Timeout on the floor.
Tyler Kolek has been absolutely terrific in this game.
Round against Michigan State. But that left a sour taste in these guys' mouths, and this year they think they can make a deeper tournament run.
Well, when you look at the fact that they brought back 8 of their 9 top scorers, the continuity is certainly there. I think they miss Omax Prosper's just disruptive ability at 6'8", long arms at the point of that press. But next man up is Shaka Smart's philosophy. And we've seen so many guys just step up for him in many different ways in his young season, including David Joplin.
Off to a 7-2 start, on their way to 8-2 right now, up 21 over Notre Dame. Beautiful ball movement around the arc, and it finishes with a 3 in the corner by Jones.
The ball screen creates the heavy stump and too much distance to try to recover for Notre Dame to get to that corner 3. Beautiful offense by Marquette.
Marquette hit 14 threes in the win over Texas. They've hit 8 tonight. Knesny at the rim.
He's so good, 2 feet in the paint. Can score with either hand around the rim. Can make an open 3. He's had a really good start to the season for the Irish.
He is South Bend's native son with the St. Joseph's High School. Nice drive for Cam Jones there.
Brendan, that's those little things that Notre Dame will grow and learn. Anytime there's a handoff or a little pitch, you got to be under to force that person towards the basketball. You want to make them run through you if they're going to cut. Missed opportunity defensively by the Irish.
There's going to be a lot of teaching moments on the film for Michael Shrewsbury after this one.
Yep.
Ross flying through.
Including Notre Dame not being able to see Kevin Jai wide open in the paint on that last possession.
Yeah, you've highlighted that a lot. They've really missed him at times. Iguodaro, not normally a three-point shooter, but he tried it there. That was his first attempt this year from outside the arc.
Pass.
Open look, Tay Davis. In and out. There's Jai. It's one of the few ways he's been able to touch the basketball tonight. Less than 4 minutes to go. What a pass! Kolek to Iguodaro. Timeout, Notre Dame. But then turning around and taking a finance exam, that's not high on your list.
I was an accounting major, kicked my tail.
I knew accounting majors, but that's as close as I came. 26-point Marquette lead here under 4 minutes. Konechny getting a wide open look. Those are the ones he's got to knock down. Offensive rebound, though. The good news for Notre Dame, they're about to have a bunch of home games after this, but it's been tough on the road tonight here at Fiserv Forum. Marquette has been everywhere, offensively and defensively.
And I'm glad to see that nowhere in there is the years between 1988 and 92, especially on the downside.
Yeah, that's when my partner LaFonso Ellis was in South Bend. Well, there have been some things to build on, I think, though, for Notre Dame here in the second half.
Indeed.
Late in the shot clock. Booth's got to put it up. Not going to get it off. We saw that a lot early in the game. A shot clock violation.
And we talk about immaturity, right? And that's the next level of growth. You've got to know coming out of a timeout how many seconds on the shot clock and allow your eyes as you're catching the basketball to go towards the clock. Carey should have taken that shot. He's a capable three-point shooter and can knock that down. But, again, a young Notre Dame team with lots of room to grow.
Team that finished just 11-21 last year, Mike Bray's final season, and picked last in the ACC this year. And you're going against the reigning Big East champs who were picked to win the league again this season. To me, this looks like a Final Four caliber team, LaFonso and Marquette.
Especially with their ability to knock down the three ball the way they do. The ability to change their defense is always keeping you off balance. And the ability to be able to get in the transition off of a miss or a made basket. They keep the pressure on you for 40 minutes.
It's a program that Shaka Smart has built without the normal transfer. Teams really haven't done it that way. They've done it from the bottom up.
Loves developing his guys from within. And I think that really helps with retention as well.
Off the mark that time for Cam Jones. Last year, they were one of just 5 Division I teams who did not take a Division I transfer. Same thing this season. But nothing dropping right now for Notre Dame.
What that says to especially a young player is if he makes a commitment to me that I'm here working at it and I have a guy or two in front of me that at some point if I continue to work and to grow, I'll get my chance. And I really do think that helps with overall retention as well.
And part of that identity that Shaka Smart is building here, this is the circle. Take us through this, what he was talking about earlier.
Yeah, he told us that the outer part of the circle is really what they're about. They're accountable to our circle, regardless of personal circumstances. And then what I thought was unique is each of the 5 little lines here that you're seeing, starting with Better Together. He actually allows his players to determine what those are going to be, and they change year after year. And so it's not necessarily top down. It's like the bottom of it being able to participate in it, which creates great continuity and buy-in.
Yeah, and that's the thing, buy-in. Some people may look at that, oh, that's hokey. Well, guess what? These players don't think it's hokey. Yep. They love what Shaka Smart has built, how much he involves them in the decision-making process. And look, we said it's been a challenging schedule so far. play St. Thomas, which that should be a win, but you don't want to overlook it. And after that, you jump right into Big East play.
You do, and none of those games right there are any easy ones that you could just go, okay, nope, we've got that one. Kim English has got Providence playing pretty well. Inconsistent, and you would expect that with the new coach, but Providence at Providence is never easy.
Yeah, the Big East slate, as always, is going to be a ton of fun this year.
Devin Carter is having a terrific year for Providence. Experienced player, terrific, tenacious guard. Both ends of the floor, can really drive it, is shooting it better from three.
There'll be a lot of battles. Oh, backdoor! Love up top for the freshman, Al Amadou. This came into the game and provided some thunder. And then a battle inside, but Amadou, I think, will remember this one.
They worked on that play today. It's a little dribble handoff, and they forced the weak side guy to kind of peek at the basketball, and they just run him backside, and it was a perfectly placed pass, and he knows what to do with it when he gets up in the air. That was beautifully designed.
Highly touted freshman from Philly who has not been able to crack the rotation because of all the experience we've talked about, but he's got a bright future.
He really does. Versatile, can run, can defend, growing on the offensive end, and plays with incredible energy, as is required by everyone who plays for Shaka Smart.
If you don't play with energy, you are not playing for Shaka Smart. These two coaches, by the way, Micah Shrewsbury, Shaka Smart, the only other time they shared a sideline was the 2011 Final Four. Micah Shrewsbury, an assistant at Butler at the time under Brad Stevens.
How about that?
And Butler was able to beat VCU. But they've seen each other in recruiting circles. They know each other well. A lot of mutual respect.
You could sense that when they talked about each other today.
Matt Zona with a bucket and a foul inside of a minute now. Well, I mentioned it for Micah Shrewsbury. The good news is they're going to go home, Lafonso, for the next 6 games.
Yeah, and the good news is also until they see NC State, they won't have to deal with this kind of 40-minute, full-court harassing pressure either. And I love the fact that this kid can get on the scoreboard because they're going to need Matt Zona as a backup, and he adds a different dimension to them. When he can set ball screens, pick and pop, now that spaces the floor and allows their playmakers, Burton and Davis, to be able to make plays off the dribble. Well, these are meaningful minutes for 25 and blue.
Yeah, well, and in a sea of young faces, he's actually a senior, a rare senior for Notre Dame. Inside there, Zona again. He will head back to the charity stripe. Now Marquette, ranked number 8, figures to climb after the win over Texas and a dominating win here over Notre Dame. But you've got Purdue, who they played. They played Kansas. Breaking the top 10 out of the Big East. UConn as well. It's going to be, as we said, a very challenging slate the rest of the way.
It certainly will be. And I look at that Arizona team, and I'm not at all shocked by how Colin Boswell has stepped in and is as a point guard and is having a phenomenal year. It's arguable that he and Caleb Love make one of the top 10 backcourts in the nation.
Pretty good backcourt combination that Shaka Smart has with Kolek and Jones and company.
They're in that top 10.
They're in that top 10.
I put them in top 4. In terms of efficiency, shooting, their passing, what they shoot from the three-point line, I would argue that they're top 3. And I'm not sure you can find another 2 backcourts that are better than these 2 guys on both ends of the floor.
Kolek had a great game and now gets to sit over there and watch. 17 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds.
Alex Wade's a great story. Had been a walk-on, and this year granted a full scholarship. I asked him how he felt. He just burst out in tears. He's so grateful to be for a scholarship, and what a true move by Michael Shrewsbury.
For his first 2 points of the season, but unfortunately for Notre Dame, it's going to be a lopsided loss. Marquette jumped out to a 21-2 lead, and they never looked back. They cruise to the victory tonight to get to 8-2. Really impressive.
Yes, we talked about coming in this game. How would Notre Dame, the younger team, handle the pressure? Didn't handle it well at all. Turning the basketball over early and often.